we would be blowing through this.
That's true.
Yep.
No, absolutely. We would have scanned the room, made sure there was no traps, took up positions either side. I would have positioned Locke with the arrow back by the spider web, kicked open the door, and unloaded.
Right. I mean, that's the difference between what we're doing versus
First
game
level
shop.
and second level, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
The Twitch followers love the fact that we argue amongst ourselves, and they think it's good.
Well, you should stick around because for the DM, it's like I want to bang my head against something very hard until I just lose consciousness. But it's all good.
Oh, if we didn't go down this hole, I fully expected you to be like, okay, guys, we'll play next week.
Oh no! I would have reaped vengeance upon you in the worst manner.
A hole opens up beneath you, and
Especially
you fall
after
to the
last
ground anyway.
week. I mean, Mark, like I thought these guys were
I didn't listen to it though.
attached at the hip with these freaking farmers. But anyway,
We're kids. We want mommy and daddy figures.
yeah, you definitely found him. All right, is everybody back?
All I know is I'm eating
Hey,
pistachios.
Mitch, I just want an addendum to be added that I said go to the fog and was ignored.
And you went to the fog, absolutely. And then I believe it was you who argued to go around and keep heading north for some reason.
Well, yeah, I did want to throw you a
There you
curveball
go.
at that point. She would have done to me too.
He just misses the twins' way of doing things, where we're just like, you know what, this is a bad idea, but it might be fun, let's do it.
There's a
Yeah,
door,
you
kick
guys.
it in, let's see what happens. And then
So
I'm
does
in
the
the back.
bar.
Baywin's in the
Let's do
background
that.
going, what the hell is wrong with you people? Okay.
If
Hey.
Magnus,
Girls are saying, no,
Hold
no,
on.
don't do that.
Let me ask Twitch. All right,
Okay.
Twitch, do you have any other ideas for us to do?
if Magnus was here,
Yeah,
he'd have been like,
maybe they should vote
this
on
seems
whether they should open
awfully
the door or
familiar.
not. That would be funny.
Hey, Mitch, if Magnus was here, I've been here before. No, we're not doing this again. I'm gone. You fill the bloody key with blood and do it. I already fought my demon.
Okay. Guys, we're back.
Alright, you made good points. Let's see if somebody's trapped in there, though I doubt any good can come of this, but we're going to need to set it up like we normally do.
Well, everybody get their weapons out. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Hey, Marcus, you think you can join us to throw a spell or something?
I'm good right where I'm at.
These all your people, Miracle.
Let me open the door.
Yep. And when I see him, I'll shoot him.
I'm assuming that Modwin has her shield on her, right?
Oh yeah.
Because, it does take one action to put a shield on.
Oh no. She's armed to the teeth.
There you go.
I have my buckler and sword ready.
Callan, that's why they call it a longbow.
My scimitars are out.
Raven, can I open the door this time?
Huh?
Come on down.
Ember, fall back. Whatever it is, we want to draw it out where we can all attack it.
Let it kill the door first.
She's the healer.
Wait, does the door open in or out?
It opens inward.
Oh
So
yeah,
it-
that's true.
so it
I am the
opens towards
healer.
us?
So, no. She has to push it open.
Did she say, oh, right, I am the healer?
Yes.
She did. Missing Kari now? She was drunk, but she was in the back.
We.
On second
Sorry,
thought,
we were in the back.
if
And then at the end, she's like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm a battle cleric.
I did. Bastion and I were having a hell of a good time.
Armor? What's this armor I'm wearing?
But usually Kita and Hilda would kill things before you guys could do anything, so.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
Bastion
Baywin.
talked-
Modwin-
Bastion talked our way out of things. Kari healed you guys when you needed it, and we had a hell of a time in the back.
Alright,
Modwin-
let's focus on this story.
turns the knob and just kind of opens the door a little crack, waits for a second, and then just kind of throws it open.
Okay, she opens it. A creaking door. No, as you push it open, you can see that it appears to be another chamber possibly the back wall of the place, and it looks like this place has taken some damage from the recent quakes.
I like that big giant head that I see.
Yeah, I see a strange face on the floor.
You see what appears to be a humanoid figure trapped underneath some rubble on the ground.
Oh, somebody's stuck beneath some rubble.
Don't heal them till we get them out.
Can one of you check and make sure there's no traps in front of the door?
I don't know how to do that.
You people die first.
Okay.
I'll go back up Raven.
I assist her to give her advantage.
Okay.
Okay. It does not appear to be trapped.
Looks clear.
Oh, Les, you look like you're in a bad situation.
As you guys move in, you can see that it appears that some of the
She's so
ceiling has
dead.
collapsed in, and trapped beneath one of the larger pieces of stone is a humanoid female. She looks to have
You can say drow.
white stock white hair and black skin. She is currently unconscious. She appears as if she was kind of reaching for the door and then lost consciousness.
Aw, so she wasn't rude. I feel like a bitch now.
That's what she looks like.
Wow.
Go over and
that's a drow.
Except her
right?
eyes are closed out right now. She is absolutely
Mitch,
a
can
drow.
I say
Yeah.
that's a drow?
She is a drow.
Hey.
That's
Yes.
a drow.
100%, yes.
No, you can't, because your ass is by the front door.
Well, yeah,
you
you don't see her.
big elf wuss.
Pussy.
Yay,
And
I started
you
like,
guys-
trying to talk to her.
She's wearing.
I'm standing right behind you there, Locke.
she
You
is
just
wearing.
moved after I said something, so
You done?
Yeah.
now we're bitching.
What else is new? Okay,
Is
she seems to
is
be
she alive,
wearing.
Modwin?
Oh my god.
Let me see.
She seems to be wearing some kind of fine, like almost a black type chain armor with a breastplate of solid metal, carved or etched with different sort of patterns, not necessarily symbols or language, but patterns, kind of a decorative type thing. She has a cloak of deep velvet, deep purple about her. The hood is pushed down, but it appears that she has a wound on her forehead, of which she's been bleeding. It appears she's been trapped here for possibly a few days. She is she's breathing very shallowly. Very shallow, and is not moving at all or responding to any of your voices.
I start moving
Any
stuff
magic?
off of her.
Mitch, any magic on her?
You do detect magic on her, yes.
Oh, we gotta be real careful shifting the
guys,
stone. She looks like
that's
she's
a drow.
badly hurt.
Number one, that's a drow, and number two, she has magic on her.
Okay, we have magic on us though. Let's get this stuff off of her.
I know it's
What are
dangerous.
you, stupid? She's a drow!
I am not stupid, thank you very much. I have a very good education, and I don't care what she is. She's injured.
I would say something about Endo voice, but I think it would be just repetitive at this point.
I'm sorry, Locke. I'm sorry.
Ember's like
Almost.
stampy feet.
I know she does look like a drow.
I'm gonna start lift the stuff off of her, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna start helping.
Okay. Okay,
Mitch,
you guys.
I have a bow bit right at her.
Okay, you guys are trying to move some of the stuff, and you know a couple of the pieces are just too heavy for you guys to move. You're gonna need Raven's super ogre strength.
Raven, we need your help.
Okay.
We need stupid strong girl.
Just Raven, help, bruh.
We need the dominatrix. Sorry.
What?
It's
You
my
guys-
sister there.
Yeah, as you guys are trying to move what appears to be like a wooden beam with part of stone in it, she kind of picks it up and pushes it out of the way, freeing the drow. As you guys kind of pull her free, you can see Modwin, as you look her over, she appears to have suffered like a head wound, or at least a gash that she's been bleeding from. Her lips are parched as if she's been here for quite a few days, and it looks like one of her legs was possibly broken in the fall. Or the,
Mitch, what on her is magical?
It appears that her armor, her breastplate, her cloak, they all are faintly glowing, faintly magical.
She have any weapons?
Somebody.
She does. She is carrying. Hang on one
Just
second.
armor.
She carries a mace. She also has a shield on her.
Is the mace or shield magical?
No, they're not glowing with magic. It just appears to be what she's wearing.
I get my
The
case
mace
and then
itself,
water
the
out.
head of the mace, instead of the usual ball with the spikes you see on it, is shaped in the shape of a spider curled up.
Her armor and her cloak are magical. Somebody take off that cloak.
Bow,
I'll
chicka,
take it off.
Wow, wow.
Talon!
She had brown or pink nipples.
He knows this race better than we do. Who are we to
You just
argue?
don't go undress a woman, though.
Do you want to do
Jordan's
it?
taking off her cloak!
I'm
It's just a cloak.
It's just a cloak. It's not.
Yeah, it's like a cape. It doesn't mean we're
Oh,
taking our
this
clothes
is getting
off.
hot. There we go.
Okay, somebody get those weapons away from her, and I'm gonna heal her
I
quick.
already said that.
Take her cloak
Getting
off.
weapons.
And I'm getting water out.
Wait a minute. Let's get the armor off. Let's have her
Smell
where
her
we
hair a little
where
bit.
we can.
Now brush her
No,
cheek.
Don't move her too much before I heal her. You might snuff her.
Would somebody like to tie her up head to tail?
That
No,
wouldn't
let's
be a
wait.
bad idea to tie her hands.
Talon's the good one with the rope.
Ooh, I don't want to know.
Hey guys, we've all heard stories about Drow. It's better safe than sorry at this point.
Okay, tie her hands. Careful not to hurt her too much. She's hurt real bad, and
It's a baby goblin.
she hasn't had water for ages.
Okay. I wasn't planning on hurting her. So.
Right, Talon, please don't kick her in the head when she's unconscious.
Okay, so you guys take the cloak off of her, and then you bound her hands. Is that correct?
Yeah, and took her weapons
I think
away.
so.
Okay.
And
Cut her
And
tongue
her
out.
armor.
Cut her tongue out. What else?
Take
And
her
the
armor
armor.
off, too.
Take the armor off.
Hey, welcome back to
taking the
life.
armor off that's pretty involved.
Let's leave the armor on her. Let's heal her and
Yeah,
pick her up.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay. Modwin is gonna do cure wounds.
Okay. As you guys have her secured, you're all kind of like sitting there ready to kill her at any moment.
I got water out for her.
Okay.
I get a water
Modwin
skin
casts Cure Light Wounds and 13. Wow. She opens her eyes. She looks at each of you. You can see that. 1 second.
What the heck?
Her eyes are. It looks as if they're almost completely white, but you can see that there's a pale pink of her eyes as she looks at each of you. She is definitely female. She's about 5 feet in length or height. She's about possibly about 92 pounds. She looks at each of you with a kind of fearful expression on her face. She locks eyes with Marikoth, and you can see the fear kind of grows a bit as she watches him. She looks over towards Modwin, and again she kind of flinches a bit as she looks down at her hands as she's bringing her hands up to rub her head where the wound was. Realizes that she's bound, puts her hands back down, and just lays there, kind of
Hey.
waiting.
Mitch, I'll help pull her.
Hey.
I'll help pull her up to a sitting position very gingerly.
Same. Here, have some water.
Okay,
My
she
name's
flinches at
Ember.
your touch.
We're not
But she
gonna hurt
allows
you.
you to raise her into a sitting position.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Sitting you up so you can get some water.
Rest easy, lass. You've had
Do
a
you-
busy day.
You understand what we're saying? You were speaking common a little
She
while
nods.
ago. Okay.
Here's some water, and I kind of put it in her bound hand so she can do it herself and not be.
Okay. She
Are
takes
you-
it.
are you hungry?
She looks at the water skin, and she looks over at you, Ember, and she tentatively, not taking her eyes off you, tentatively takes it to her lips. She takes a small sip, and kind of like it looks like she's tasting it, and then she takes a longer sip, and then she puts it down. She hands it back to you.
Okay, take it.
Are you hungry?
She doesn't respond to you when you ask her that.
What's your name? Like I said, I'm Ember. That's Talon, and then the dwarf that healed you is Monty.
Amber.
Sorry.
I am Sivleen. Thank you for saving me.
What are you doing down here?
You're welcome, lass.
She just looks at you, Talon, when you ask her that question, and then she looks over at Mon when she says thank you. She smiles a bit. Why are you here?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but we saw something in the distance that looked odd, so we traveled.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
No one
When
talks at
Marikal
Mark.
says that, she looks over at the elf, and again, her eyes are kind of very fearful. She seems to be on edge.
Marikov, you know Drow, we don't. You talk to her.
I think she's
Drow.
scared of him.
You
Yeah,
should be scared of me.
Could you
I know you're kind.
could you
What are you
lower the
doing down
bowl? You're probably frightening her.
Modwin, step away. Let him do what he needs to do.
All right.
Modwin, you don't know these beasts. These creatures.
And we don't know her.
Exactly. I do.
No, you know her kind,
Yeah.
not her.
He's not talking about killing her. He wants to make sure everything's okay. So everybody, let him do what he needs to do. Stand down.
Why are you here, Drow?
Seriously,
When you
down the
say
temple here.
drow,
Why do you think
her
she's
eyes
here?
kind of flinch a bit, but she does not answer you.
Speak, or we'll leave you here.
Again, she does not answer you.
Hey, we just want to help. You got caught in the earthquake, right?
At that comment, she looks over at you, Ember. Then she looks back at Marikoth, at the elf.
That was in, I just like to point out the scene in Waterboy when the kicker at the end of the game looks around the special teams and he says, "That's my bitch." That's what the Drow just did to Ember.
Gatorade.
You're drinking the wrong kind of water.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
It's okay, Amber, keep going. She seems to respond well to you. Marikoth, let her talk.
You just want to help. Like, I don't know anything about your race, so I don't really care. We just want to make sure you're not going to try to hurt us, is all.
And the general populace of the world.
She turns to you, Ember, and she says, I will not harm you. I can promise you that.
Even him? And I kind of nod towards Marikoth.
If he wishes me no ill will, I wish him no ill will.
Okay.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Thank you, somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine if she's lying too, Mitch.
I have no clue. I think she's telling me the truth.
Okay.
How far does 13 get me? Do I think she's fine?
She seems to be being honest with you.
Okay.
Now everybody's rolling. Man.
She turns towards Modwin and says, "Thank you, kind dwarf, for healing me."
She's got iron in her voice.
Are you a priestess?
You're welcome,
She
lass.
turns back to Ember. She says, "I am. Are you a priestess?"
No, you have the same weapons that my brother has and that Madi has. Well, similar.
I see.
I'm a cleric, actually, so not exactly a priestess, but a healer, you might say.
What's the difference?
Ah, she turns towards Modwin. She says, Moradin, correct?
Aye.
Of course. That is the Dwarven Lord.
Aye.
I mean no harm, and I thank you very much for your help. Marikoth, you notice that she is actively avoiding your gaze. But the rest of you, she's kind of looking at each of you.
What did I get from my insight roll when she said she meant us no harm?
She seems to be on the up and up.
Okay.
Honest. She's being honest with you. There's no need for these bonds. I wish to thank you for helping me.
Is this your temple?
No, but I am caretaker here now.
Isn't your goddess, like, scary?
Modwin chuckles at that.
She's not scary.
She's
Why-
scarier than
why say
Tamora
that?
or Shiraz. Because I worship Tamora and Shiraz. They're not scary.
And aren't your goddesses scary? Would they be considered scary to me?
Ah, she has you there, lass.
Maybe so.
Well, this is your place then? This is the place you look after?
I have recently taken up residence here, yes. I've recovered this. Then the earthquakes hit. I don't know why.
Recovered
and I
what,
was
lass?
trapped under this fallen ceiling.
Anyone else here
You
with
said
you?
you
My guardians are here, but I am the only...
What are your guardians? Exactly.
Her eyes dart back to Marikoth, and she turns.
But
Her eyes
an
narrow
arrow is
at
pointed
you.
right at her head.
Yeah, her eyes narrow at you in defiance,
2
but she
arrows.
does not answer you.
Marikoth.
Answer me!
Marikoth, stop.
No!
There is
Answer me!
6 of
What
us
are your
here.
What are your guardians? Are they spiders?
Of course they are, but if we don't...
She smirks at the comet spiders as she looks directly in your eyes, Marikoth.
I have no problem killing you, Drow. Right
Stop.
here, right now.
Marikoth, would you just give it a rest? Look,
You don't know what you're dealing with. It's pure evil.
okay, maybe, but...
No,
let's
not
just-
maybe, is.
No, good dwarf. His kind has no problem killing my people. They
That's
drove
'cause
us
he-
underground, and they have no problem slaughtering us with no
You're right.
question
You're-
at all.
And as
I-
you would not us.
You see, neither of you trust each other, so why don't... Marikoth, you...
Can I interject here? I've been relatively silent. This person who... What was your name again? Whatever it was. Is a priestess of the Drow goddess. Marikoth, what is the theology of the Drow goddess?
I don't... Out of character, I don't know off the top of my head.
Exactly.
In character, what do you know?
There you go. Her name is
Yeah.
Zevleen.
Believe. But Drow is kill all non-Drow, right?
That's what you've been brought up to believe, yes.
They wish to take over, kill anything that is not a Drow, or not of the Underdark, and
She
to
gave us her
promote
word.
the bitch goddess.
You know nothing,
Yeah.
elf. Surface elf.
So-
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say here. I mean, obviously she's been caught in a pickle. We're here by some random chance, saving her life. But I don't know where I'm gonna go with this. I don't know what the hell we're doing here.
I have a great idea.
Talon, roll me a perception roll, please.
Why don't we let her go? She can live her life happily down under here, and I'd really like to get back to sunlight.
No, no, let her set up a temple here? No, kill her
You see
now.
nothing.
No, we're not killing her.
I poke my head out and look up the little hole where
Okay.
the light's coming from.
Yeah, the light's still shining down, but you don't see anything. You still hear a clicking noise coming from that area, though.
Hey Mitch, just so you know, I am watching her fingers intently. Like
Okay.
if she's trying to cast any type of spell, she's getting an arrow.
Gotcha. No, she has not moved, and she's pretty much locked gazes with you. But she has not made any offensive moves right now.
So
Okay.
here's really my concern. Obviously, we came from the surface, and we're roughly, I don't know, 60, 80 feet below the surface right now. How'd you get here?
She lives under here, right?
Right, but how'd you get here? There's another door. Does it lead into some grand cavern where there's a bunch of you, and you're just gonna meander out, up, and do what you wish?
She looks towards you, Locke. Her expression softens quite a bit from her look at Marikoth. She says, "I wish you no harm. If you want me to answer your questions, you must release me. I will not
Hell no.
lie to you."
Insight.
Guys,
Go ahead.
look, we came down here into her territory. We
Oh, she's
saved
totally
her.
telling the truth.
We healed her. Let her go and let's go back up to the sunlight, please.
You know what? We also came down into here into that old Etton's territory that was looking down
Oh,
this hole
I rolled
too.
a natural 20.
She seems to be telling the truth. She seems to be sincere, put it that way.
And I know she ain't gonna try to hurt us. I mean, there's 6 of us here, right? I mean, it wouldn't behoove her to be any kind of combative against us.
Okay.
I've got
How
an
about
idea.
Yeah, she
we
has no armor.
release her hands, but not give her back her weapons?
Hold on a minute.
Don't release her hands, she can cast magic.
Marikoth, who's your god?
Doesn't matter who my god is. If you release her hands, she can cast magic
Marikoth,
and kill her.
who's your
I
god?
could cast magic without my hands, elf.
Do you wish
Or,
me to
I'm
cut out
sorry,
your tongue?
she says, I can cast magic without my hands, surface elf.
Do you wish
Just-
me to cut out your
If I
tongue?
wished to harm you, I would have.
Marikoth, just who's your god?
Does not matter.
Who is my god?
If it doesn't matter,
My
then
god
tell
is
me.
Sloth.
No, I'm asking Marikoth.
Marikoth, you are of noble upbringing. Is it that much different than my upbringing?
You
We
don't
have
know I'm noble.
Certain...
She turns towards
You don't know I'm
Ember.
a noble.
Oh, okay.
She turns towards Ember and says, I am of noble birth as well.
Mitch, time out. She doesn't know I'm noble.
But she actually last week she made that what do you call it?
Connection.
Yeah, she made the no, I'm looking connection, but what's the
No.
word I'm looking for? The,
Yeah, because of your... Remember we talked because of your... You told me, actually.
yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I never stated I was a noble.
I'm pretty sure you did last week. You stated that.
No,
you implied.
No, I didn't even imply. I never stated I was a noble.
I have to go back and listen to the tapes, but kind of sure that you did. But if
Go
you don't
ahead.
say that, then
Anyway.
she does not say that.
Well,
Right. We're here to save somebody. We saved her. We either need to decide whether we're just
sorry,
gonna
I
leave her.
forgot your name last.
We lost you.
What do you think about Corellian Larathion? Let me ask you
What?
that last.
Who is that?
He's the god, the deity who created the elves.
Well, who cares what she thinks about that?
I'm just trying to
I
make
don't
a little
care what she thinks
illustration.
about Tamora or Sherez. Just like she doesn't care what I think about what
No,
was
you
her
do,
name,
you
Locke?
mistake.
If we
You
let
must-
this drow live, she will do nothing.
This woman.
This
We don't
drow.
call you this
My
elf.
name is Evelyn,
You're a drow. And if we let you
and you're a
live, you will
surface
just...
elf.
Exactly, yes I am.
Great. So you guys can
And
agree
if we let this
to hate each
woman,
other.
if we let this being live, she will do nothing but spread the bitch goddess's name. And we cannot have that. We have enough problems up on the surface.
And we
You
are
know-
not murderers.
I have
Aye,
no
she's
interest in what goes on the surface. I am merely here reclaiming this temple. And she stops herself, and then looks down.
There we
I
have
am
it.
here for my own purposes.
Okay, so she's reclaiming the temple for her goddess. Great. We probably wouldn't like her goddess. I probably would hate her goddess. So what? We
Ember,
saved her.
Ember. What lies just a few miles from here?
Doesn't matter. We're not murderers. I'm not gonna let anybody cold-blooded kill her.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, if indeed it is an evil goddess and she is evil, then you leave those farmers to her.
And she hasn't done anything, and I am not
I
a
have no
priest of
interest in
any-
farmers. Please, listen.
But then,
I
please tell us why you're here. The whole story.
All right. Can
And
I will
yes,
tell you, but I will not tell you under arms. And she looks over at Locke and Marikoth.
no one is going to hurt you, but you will not be untied until we have sufficient proof that you're not going to try and kill one of us.
I'm not asking to be untied. I'm merely asking that the arrows stop pointing at my face.
Guys, are you amenable to lowering your bows just a little?
Hey, Mel.
Please do.
How about Marikoth lowers his and Locke keeps his up?
Locke is a little bit more level-headed of the two.
I agree.
Mordred, can I borrow your hammer for a minute?
I'm really a little more concerned about this clicking that's coming up from this crack. I've already launched a few arrows up there. I'm
Yeah, I
wondering,
am too.
wondering if I need to throw some oil and light it a foil.
So first is good
They
faith.
will
If
not
you want,
harm you, as long as you don't harm me.
So let's leave before the little clicky whatevers come.
they can't get to her, guys. If they could have, they would have been here by now and gotten her out.
I don't care
She,
about that.
her eyes
Okay.
flash to Talon very quickly and then return.
You understand what we understand each other, don't we? You would have been freed by now.
Great, we saved your life. We did something good. Can we go?
Yes, sure. Ember, come on. Let me take you outside the room and let the questioning to Talon, Marikoth, and
No.
Raven.
I'm not leaving Marikoth in here with her.
Locke, can you stay? And Marikoth, you go out with them?
How did I get elected?
Well,
Mordred, can I
everyone's
borrow
afraid
your
of you,
hammer?
Raven, so...
Really?
Why do you want to do
Look at
that,
this.
lad?
I just need to borrow your hammer for a minute.
Oh,
No.
now look who's not answering questions straight, eh?
Oh my
Okay,
god.
never mind. Never mind, I don't need your hammer.
I thought
You wish
dealing
me,
with poor
you
old
wish
Emma
me
was
to leave the
difficult.
room.
Yeah,
Why do you
but
want-
just lower your bow. All she wanted was you not to
No,
keep
I'm not
pointing at
lowering
her.
no bow.
Why do you
Not
want
to
my
this
hammer,
drow.
Marikoth? Why won't you answer me straight? Can't I trust you?
Hey,
Are
guys,
you elves all the same, not
Guys.
answering questions straight?
let's stop quabbling, because it's obviously we're not on a unified front here. And the good priestess here knows it, so she's gonna work how she best can.
Yep.
Let's calm down. Marikoth, I'll put my bow down, you put your bow down.
I am not putting my bow down.
Then we have to ask you to leave the room.
Aye.
And
Okay.
if you're unwilling to leave the room, then perhaps our future adventures together may be coming to an end.
How about you guys lower your weapons, and if she tries anything, I'm right here.
Me too. with my
Scary
hammer.
with those fists.
Yeah, mine's already down. I mean, my arrow's knocked, but it's not pointed at her. I'm more looking outside the door at this point.
Marika, think of this. You call her goddess a bitch goddess, and you're saying that she worships evil and all that. But killing an unarmed person is evil, so that would make us no better than what you think she is.
That depends. I mean, just because she's armed with magic, right? So she said she could cast spells with her voice. So that technically means she's armed.
Well,
actually call her a
So
tongue.
is Maudie.
but
Right.
she
So
was
She
let's
first.
sneers
all
at you,
just-
Marikoth.
Let's all just
What's that, Mitch?
calm
She
down.
sneers at you when you say cut out her tongue.
We're not getting anywhere. Marikoth, please. We're all asking you to stop pointing the bow.
If anyone points a bow, Locke can.
Anyone else think that it's ironic that the sewer rat boy is the one that's most diplomatic?
That's why I
Sorry.
love G.
Hey, I thought I was being diplomatic.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Gerard, pirate boy too.
Hey.
Out of character. Those
Out
might
of
be
character.
the meanest words anyone ever talked to me about. She called me sewer
She was
rat
totally
boy.
out of character. Sorry.
She totally called me sewer rat boy. Holy crap.
It's out of
How
character.
mean. Poor G. It's okay, I still love
It wasn't in character,
He has a single tear coming out of a single eye, thanks.
but it wasn't in character. Ember would have been
It-
much less.
Listen, you screamed it, so I assumed it was in character.
Mark, it's okay. Came from a valley girl.
Okay. Marikoth, please.
I'm just waiting for Dish to unload a bow right until we're back.
I know. I've thought about stepping in between them.
Okay, since he doesn't move, I turn my bow upon Dish.
Okay, that we can't have.
Whoa.
If this is how this is going, I'm leaving, guys.
Is he not there?
I'm here.
How do you pronounce your name? Zilvaline?
Hey, where's the door, Mitch? I can't get
Sidley.
out.
You gotta move through the other characters and out the door. It's restricted.
All right, I lower my. I lower.
Can you,
There you go.
I don't. I taunt my bow.
Can you guarantee your little critters won't attack us while we're trying to get out?
I promise you, they will not harm you. As she does not look away from Marikoth.
Okay, guys, let's go.
I want the full story of what she's doing down here. And she agreed once the bows were lowered, she would tell us.
Talon.
I agree with Talon. We're
I
not down
lost-
here just to save somebody's life. We're down here to make sure everything in our world is better and safer. That's why we came down.
That is the greater good.
Her eyes dart over to Locke when you say that. She looks at Talon, then she looks back at Marikoth.
So please, continue with your story, Xylene.
I would. He has not lowered his bow.
Oh, he did.
No, he did not. He doesn't have the arrow pulled back anymore.
Marikoth, you do realize if you just make her wait and wait and wait, she's gonna get annoyed and maybe do something rash.
Markoth, keep it pulled, but point it to a different direction.
I would prefer that this, and she says something in a language you don't understand, leaves the room, and I will answer your questions.
Sorry, we get one thing at a time. One is lowering the bows. Anything more than that, it gets a little sticky because, well, you know, we don't all get along. So,
Right, and he might be one of the most powerful one of us here, so 1 against 5 might be a little difficult.
yeah,
Totally
so
lying.
Markoth, just point it not at her, please.
She
Point
looks
it at
over to
me.
you, Locke, and she says, I told you I would not harm you, but I do not like having weapons pointed at me.
Neither would I.
Markoth,
I point the bow down.
there.
Thank you.
We can all be friends now. Please continue with your story.
She She looks over to you, Talon, and then her eyes dart kind of the side of her eyes over at Marikoth, and she looks back. She looks at each of you. It looks as if she's trying to read your emotion or read your faces as she looks down again in her bound hands and takes a deep breath. I am here because I am trying to reclaim this temple for my goddess.
Keep going.
Nobody, lass.
I am but a follower of my goddess Loth. She wishes this temple to be found, and it's taking me over 100 years to find it. I have found it, and I wish to reclaim it. However, when I entered the temple, I began to clear the area. Followers came to me in the form of her servants. She says another word that you guys don't understand.
Speaking common, Drow.
I'm trying to translate as she closes her eyes, and she appears a bit flustered. She
Take
says,
your time.
Be patient now, Marikoth.
I have resided here for the past month. Suddenly, there were quakes that ripped open the earth, and I tried to protect the... She says another word, and she looks as if she's searching for the translation, and she says, valuables. She finally settles on. Then she looks down at her hands, bound once again, and she looks up at Modwin, and she says, "This is a holy place for me and for my people, but I am alone. This was my quest." She looks very pleadingly into your eyes, Modwin.
I understand, lass, but I'm just wanting to know if you set this temple up all right and had it, fixed up again and everything, you wouldn't be going to the surface and dragging people down and then sacrificing them or anything now, would you?
She shakes her head vigorously. I have no interest in the surface. This was merely my task to reclaim this temple, and I found it. And she looks over her shoulder and looks towards a door over here. If you guys can see it, says, "That is my chamber. That is where I reside. If you wish, you may search it. The key is in my pouch." And she thrusts her right hip upwards.
I carefully put my hand in there to get the key.
Okay.
Okay, now...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I was going to question you. I want you to go ahead.
Okay. Ember, as you lift up the flap and you reach in, you can feel that there's what appears to be coins, but they're not shaped in a round. They appear to be shaped in more of a octagonal feeling. But you do feel a longer, possibly a key. As you pull it out, indeed, you see it is a key. It's made of some sort of metal you're not quite familiar with. And you withdraw it. She looks at you and nods and looks back at Marikoth with eyes blazing.
So, does anyone not trust her enough that they want to go check out her personal space?
I wouldn't open that door. I would hold off on opening that door just yet. But, a question again is, once the temple's set up, you may mean us no harm, but would others of your kind come?
She looks away.
Talon, others of our humankind are evil and mean too, but that doesn't make us evil and mean.
Can you please answer the questions, Eileen? Are others of your kind going to come here?
I cannot say. Possibly.
Cannot or will not.
She's answered. She's answered in the way she wants to. Have you sent messengers already?
She looks straight at you, Talon, and she says, "This was my task."
I understand, you found it. After you found it, did you send any messages?
I have not.
And so you're telling me that if we let you live, let the Drow repopulate here, that no other lives from the surface will be lost, ever?
Her eyes narrow a bit as she gets a look on her face of kind of you know, I can't think of the word. She just looks at you and says, "There's no way."
She's got a Mitch smirk.
Yeah, no smirk. She just looks at you as like, whatever, type deal. She looks at you and says, "There's no way I can promise you that. You know that."
And see, and we were all getting along just fine until then.
Talon, can you honestly say no human can do harm to any other buddy? Including our own families?
That's a good point, lass.
It's a good point. She worships an evil god.
I don't care who she worships.
Goddess.
Did you see this thing?
Whatever.
It's a giant spider. It's
Okay,
half
it's creepy
spider,
as hell.
half human. Oh, I'm sorry, half elf.
I know you girl,
Creepy, but
ladies, listen.
It's creepy.
She just said she cannot promise that no one from the surface will die.
well, I can't promise that anybody from the surface won't die from any of our gods either.
Wow, okay,
All I can say is she has her eyes closed, kind of head tilted down. She says, "All I can say is that I mean you no harm." As her eyes dart to the elf, and then back to you, Talon.
We are in her territory.
Okay, so wait. I mean, this really isn't her territory yet. She found this place. She's trying to bring it back. So, would you be willing to pick up and leave and never come back here again, if you were to live?
I cannot do that.
So, right within an area of our people is this temple, which has direct access to above by a big crevice up above.
Which a spider can easily traverse.
If the earth had not opened up and exposed us to the light, this would not be happening.
Right,
She
but
seems flustered.
some could
almost on the
say
verge
that's
of tears.
bad luck for you, or perhaps good luck for everyone above.
We are not cold-blooded murderers, though. We saved her. We healed her. Let's go.
No one's talking about murder.
I'm not talking about murdering.
I have no problem doing that.
I do.
Yeah, we got that point, Markev.
We're not killing anybody in cold blood.
I agree.
Same with the kobold.
But I am also not going to let something lie here and then allow it to hurt the farmers later.
I am with you.
Wait. Let me just say something here. This is the same argument we had with the kobold, and you were all of you, let's let him go.
You guys let a kobold go?
Excuse me. No, I did not want to let a kobold go.
Talon
Remember
is
that?
the only one who didn't want to let it go. And
It was
she
all Locke's idea in the first place, if I remember correctly.
Whoa, hey, what?
No, Locke
What,
is
you
some
weren't
good
here
shit
last
either
week?
way.
Sorry, I wasn't. I was at a wedding.
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, it was Locke's idea to save the kobold and actually rearm it and set it free. If I remember
Mitch-
correctly.
Actually, that was Mod one. Yeah.
No, it was
Mitch-
Locke.
I'm just going to say I do not appreciate you stealing my adventure ideas with setting up a scenario like this.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't appreciate the insinuation.
Guys, what are we even arguing about exactly? We saved her. We can go now before the little creepy crawlies come down to try to protect her, since we're not letting her go at the moment.
Well,
I am keeping them at bay. They will not hurt you.
I appreciate
mean you
that.
no harm. As she
I
slams her
believe
hands
you.
down.
I
This
believe you.
is an evil temple. I don't
don't
understand
care.
what you don't understand. There are farmers up not within a mile of this place.
Hold on,
And what do you propose we do?
let's Raven finish. She never finished. Raven?
Oh, I made my point. This was the same argument I had with letting the kobold go of, what's going to stop him from hurting somebody once we let him go, especially with a weapon. And it was all, no, we're going to do it. Okay.
Right. So put it...
Because we're not going to kill people in cold blood, which is what would be happening here.
So what is cold blood?
Killing somebody.
Just killing you right now with you will be all bound and unable to defend yourself.
Well, there's this here. There's the farmers up there. Dragon horn, I guess, is sounded. And the dragons are
Her eyes
flying.
grow wide as she turns towards Talon, and her mouth drops open.
Yes.
A
The
bigger
dra-
problem, right?
A bigger problem.
So, okay, we break up the temple, destroy the big symbol, and don't let this woman back for her life. And then she gets angry at us and she seeks revenge. And so she goes killing all the farmers around here, and then it goes around and around and around and around.
I don't care about the surface dwellers. My task is to restore this temple.
Sure, and once this temple's restored, what's going to happen? Are more drow going to come here?
I don't know. Probably.
And do drow have an affinity for doing things bad to people up top?
You can answer.
Yes.
We already know the answer.
I cannot deny it. Yes.
Okay, so there is a racial bias for people up top versus people down here. I mean, I see it between Marikoth and... I mean, I know nothing. I've got these little crossbows I found in a sewer a long time ago, but I know nothing of your people. But you just admitted there's an
Where did you get
animosity.
those?
There's an animosity between your people and the surface dwellers.
Where did you get those?
Oh, I found them in the sewers.
What sewers?
Yeah, where I'm from. You know. Ember told you. Right, Ember? I elbow her.
Sorry.
Too much sharing.
I'm an honest person. What can I say?
What would you do if you were in our position?
You're from Waterdeep.
Right.
Her eyes kind of go wide at that. You... Waterdeep is in trouble. Waterdeep is not safe.
What?
Well, we know that. That's why we kind of leave.
No,
you
what?
do not understand.
What do you
mean?
Are you all from that city?
Most of
more
us.
or less, yes.
No.
Please, my family's
She
there.
looks over to Locke. She says, "It is not safe."
Why isn't it safe?
No, we know that. That's why we're out here.
No, you do not understand. You do
Please.
not understand. There is more at work. There is more at work than you can understand. Please, and she raises her hands. Please, release me. I can show you.
Can you give us a 2-minute explanation first? The short version, and then we can decide.
I can't explain it. I don't have the words.
Please, guys. Mine and Raven's and Locke's families are there. Please.
Okay.
Do not let this woman deceive you. She's
What happened?
preying
This has
upon
nothing
your
to do with you,
weakness.
Surface Elf. I
You're
simply
preying upon their
wish to
weakness.
let them know what dangers bestow their families.
What is
deserve
coming?
it.
What is coming?
And if she's telling the truth and my family dies, then it will be your head.
I'm willing to take that risk.
I'm not. Sorry.
What exactly do you need your hands untied for, lass? Can't you tell us something?
Magic.
I must cast a spell, yes.
Oh hell no!
But let her
Good lead,
explain.
Marikoth.
Wait, we
Let
have...
her do it.
Stop,
I'll
stop.
stay in here with her.
Guys. We have spellcasters here. Which spell were you looking to cast?
She has to show us.
It doesn't work
Use
that
your
way.
words, Drow. Use your words.
Get him out of here.
She looks to you again, Locke, and her eyes is kind of a pleading look on her face. She says, "Waterdeep is in danger. I can help you."
Zervaline,
Locke.
is it true that you really don't speak common all that well?
Do you not understand? This woman is preying upon your ignorance, is preying upon your sympathies, is preying upon your fears.
Marikov, you didn't give her a chance to answer. So
Well,
you want
she
to...
won't answer. I've given her more than a chance to answer.
But Marikov,
She is preying upon your stupidity,
she hates you, so that's why she's not talking to you.
and she thinks you're a bumbling fool for
Let her
listening
think-
to her.
Stupidity makes you ignorant, surface elf.
Let her think I'm stupid, but I'm not.
What happens if she's right, Marikoth, and our families die because of it? I'd rather know and take the chance.
I know I'm
Well, we know that
soft-hearted,
there's a
but I'm not
danger. Let's go
stupid.
back and tell them.
I
They
don't
know-
hate her like you do.
I am sure that Waterdeep has heard the dragon horn.
Stop. Everybody stop. Okay. If we let you cast your spell,
No, don't let her cast any spell.
Marketh,
She is a player
Marketh.
of ignorance. She
Stop.
is her
Marketh,
her
let me
kind
finish.
praise her kind lies like
Marikov,
water
will you
flows.
shut your damn mouth?
Oh!
Marketh and Locke will hold a bow on you. You cast your spell. If
No,
it
No.
don't
succeeds-
let her cast a spell. She will kill us all.
because he will go ahead and kill her as soon as she starts casting.
Let her answer my question. Okay, quiet, everybody. You didn't give her a chance to answer.
I
Matt,
swear, Drow, if you try to cast a spell, I will put this arrow through your heart.
And
Marikov,
I will kill you if you go for her right now.
just shut up. Okay, Les, sorry about that, but so is it true
She
that you
just
don't?
apologized.
Is it true that you don't speak common all that well? And that's why you need to use a spell, because you really can't find the words.
No, what I want to know is I want to know the cost of this information. Does it come freely or does it come attached?
There's no cost. I am here for a purpose. My purpose is to restore this temple. I have no qualm with your surface kind. Even the elf. I simply wish to fill out my task, which is to restore this temple. But you don't understand. There is great peril upon your city. Those
Yes.
crossbows you hold at your hips, they are not merely trinkets thrown away in a sewer.
Then you have definitely picked the right thread in my interest.
Then please release my hands and let me show you.
Why can't you
Use
describe
your
it to us?
words.
And that's what I'm asking. Can you not speak common all that well?
I don't have the words.
So even if we understood Drow, you couldn't explain with words?
If you spoke
start
Drow, it would be
untying
very
her hands.
simple.
What,
I
what's,
will
me,
find her.
dwarf?
what spell would you cast? Please tell us.
I have an idea.
She sighs heavily and she says something in a language you don't understand.
I'm starting to untie her
Mitch.
hands.
Yes.
Mitch,
Yes.
whoa, stop.
Marikoth,
Stop,
go ahead.
Ember. I cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Okay, Ember, go ahead.
I started untying her hands.
Stop, Ember. Do
Please.
not release that
Please,
woman's
Ember.
hands.
Marikov actually has a good idea. Why doesn't he cast Understand Language and then...
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't
Do you
tell
know
us
that
that.
he's doing that?
He didn't tell us
He
that.
just cast a spell.
I can
Oh.
understand you now. Speak your
But I-
blasphemy words.
Except that nobody
Ember,
else can
do not
understand
touch her
her.
hands.
And I don't trust Marikoth right now, so it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
I will cast, and she says in Drow, she says divination, and show you what I'm talking about.
Speak your words. Just tell me what you want to say.
She did.
That-
She just told
As
me.
you guys hear, you hearing me speak in Drow. I guess. No, you wouldn't.
So,
No,
Have
you
I
can't
finished
speak.
untying
I
her
can't
hands
speak it.
yet?
No, you speak in regular, but you understand what
Right.
she said.
I can understand exactly what she says.
And she said
And
divination.
I don't know that I'd trust you to translate.
Exactly. I don't trust you to translate. Not
She
with our
says she
family.
wants to cast a divination spell.
Great.
Yeah.
Her hands are almost untied. She
No,
can cast
time
it.
out. If Ember's untying, I step up and I hold her hand pleadingly.
Speak your
Mine?
words. I can speak. I
Yes.
can understand your devil tongue.
We do things together.
She turns to you and she says in Drow,
Okay.
no matter how chaotic
you
they
guys
are.
don't understand. And she turns to you and she's like, Elf, you can choke on my words.
It's our families, and I don't trust the conversation between the two of them.
I agree.
Listen,
And
Drow.
and she has me on her hook. I will admit that willingly.
So let her
But
cast it, and you keep the arrow on her.
but there are other families in here above us that could also be, what's the word I'm looking for? Affected by our decisions.
But look, if she's right and she can show us what happens when she's right, and then our families die.
Ember, deep breath. Marketh,
She says she wants to cast a divination spell.
let her.
What will that do?
Hey Mitch, I need a quick out of character. What does divination? It just
Ma-
predicts the future.
I look
right?
at Mod One.
Mod
What does that do?
Yes, it will. She'll be able to show you. Well, it's basically an insight type thing. So she'll be able to show you what she knows, or possibly what her goddess has shown her, type deal.
Divination is not something that's usually used to hurt someone. It's used to show knowledge.
Marketh, let her cast it. Bind her legs so that she cannot run. Well, at least that way we'll know it's on up and up.
There's no point to bind anymore. If she runs, she runs. This is her life goal, to be here. If she is going to abandon her shrine, then she may never come back.
Maud, when she says she can cast divination, that lets you know that she is a very powerful cleric. It's a 4th level spell. She's able to get in touch with her goddess and show you guys. Basically, it's like a crystal ball type deal.
I just
We're down
just-
a path at this point that
I just want to say that if she can cast divination, that means she's a very powerful cleric.
Mitch, would I know that?
No, you're not a cleric. You're a wizard.
Which
Okay,
means
I
that
just-
she probably could have attacked us while her hands were bound.
Probably.
Okay, so let her cast it, please, guys. Please.
Aye.
Untie her.
Move into entire.
I'm still kneeling in front of her. I just stopped when Locke stopped me.
Go ahead, Talon.
Ray.
Move in.
So I finished untying her hands.
All right. She does the movie rub the wrist thing. You know.
Raven,
She
you
smiles
ready?
a bit. She turns towards Ember and says, "Thank you."
Please don't make me wrong.
She smirks at that.
it's already wrong.
Probably,
She
but,
moves
you know.
over
A bow
to
is
her door,
pointed at the
opens
back.
up. Says,
Where are you
please,
going?
please come in.
Oh, it's gonna get freaky.
Will you step into my chamber? Said the spider to the fly.
They don't call me One Eye Willie for nothing.
All right. Let's take our next break, our final break, and then we'll conclude this.
Have you ever noticed none of our characters all get along?
I think they all
Little
did,
bit.
and then Oakley died.
Yeah, you're right. They pretty
Oh,
much
well, Matt-
did, and then Oakley died.
Magnus